the beauty of the poetry, but also the imagery and the challenge. Might have been John Buchan, you know. I can't remember. Jack's in Medway. Jack, what would you like to say?
Hi, James. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
So I'd like to say, if you look at the motivations of why trophy hunters are doing this, it comes down to pleasure.
Yes.
I'm sure you agree with me in saying pleasure is not a good enough reason to hurt an animal. However, it's been scientifically proven now that without doubt, we can not only survive but thrive without eating these products, without eating meat, dairy, and eggs.
Hang on, you knitted two things together there quite fluidly, which I am going to separate again.
Sure.
No, deriving pleasure is not a good enough reason to hurt an animal. But there are plenty of reasons why we should kill animals.
Sure, but I'm talking about this situation of trophy hunting. And the reason that we eat animal products is for pleasure. So if we think about the things we do to these animals, the separation of mothers from their babies in the dairy industry, male chicks being ground up alive in the egg industry, I would ask you, how do you morally justify not being vegan when it's completely unnecessary to consume these products?
Oh, and I'd say I don't think I can morally justify it, which is why I wear the badge of hypocrisy with a degree of embarrassment, but at least I'm honest.
Yeah, I appreciate the honesty there.
I don't think anyone can. I mean, I sense this is a particular area of passion for you. You sound as if you've had these arguments a few times.
Sure. So I'm a vegan activist. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about this stuff. And the thing is, I'm not telling anyone that they're a bad person for consuming these products. I was doing it my whole life. And the thing is, we are indoctrinated from a young age into believing that pigs, cows, chickens, they don't matter, but love your dog, love your cat. The truth is, there's no meaningful trait difference between these different animals that justifies what we do to them. And in the 21st century, where we can just easily pick up the soy milk, pick up the vegan sausages, there's so many options now.
But this is the problem, isn't it? Is that intellectually I don't have a prayer against you. I absolutely acknowledge that, but I just really like... And indoctrinated is quite a strong word, and even though it's probably a fair word, you just keep coming... I keep coming back to... A, convenience, and B, a sort of moral hierarchy, in that I just don't feel about a chicken the same way I feel about a human being. Today's phone-in was about not feeling the same way about a chicken that I do about a lion. I'm being hypocritical there as well.
Sure.
So do you not feel that at all? Do you not feel...
James.
Go on.
James, so I completely understand what you're saying. The thing is, you don't need to value a chicken to the same level as you in order not to hurt the chicken. You just need to value that chicken higher than your taste buds. That's all it is. You don't need to say...
And at the moment I don't, and I don't want to upset you, and I'm not going to be glibly offensive, but do you feel the same about a chicken that you do about a lion?
It depends on sentience for me. So if we were to scientifically see that a lion was more self-aware, I'd care more about the lion.
So would you eat a mussel?
Is a mussel not sentient?
Well, it doesn't have a nervous system.
Sure. So if there's no nervous system, no brain, then I see no moral issue with it.
So you'd eat a mussel?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably find it a bit gross, to be honest with you, James, but
delicious, mate. Do fry off some garlic and onion, a little bit, plenty of parsley, and then throw in half a glass of vermouth before you throw in the moule.
You mentioned convenience before, so I'd like to ask you what you value higher, an animal's life or your convenience? And
I'm going to point out again that I know you do this, because you've got these brilliant lines and these brilliant questions to which intellectually I don't have powerful answers. But the whole point of today's phone-in was about the conflict between intellect and emotion. Intellectually, mate, you've got me over a barrel. Emotionally, I feel what I feel. And I don't feel the same way about a chicken that you do.
Absolutely.
But it's helpful, and it is, and people like you make people like me take steps. But then I'd go back, oddly, to the conversation we had in the first hour about women's football and say, I know that change will happen, and I know that change is needed. And you have a very nice manner, and you do it in a very helpful and constructive way. If you, and you probably do this as well, so I'm not going to ask you in case we fall out and I go off you at a rate of knots, but if you were standing outside Burger King telling me not to go in and have a bacon double cheeseburger and sort of daubing graffiti on the wall and shouting abuse at me, it wouldn't work. Which is what I was sort of saying about social change 2 hours ago. Jack, thank you, mate. Theo will be here in 15. Shall we summon the Usherwood? We can't, we're late for the news. Lisa Aziz is here with the headlines.